Must be talking to an angel, must be talking to an angel. It's a multitude of angels and they're playing with my heart. In this video, let's look at Marvel Legends custom Angela. In fact, my custom Angela that parted the heavens and Asgard to get here. So, let's talk about her on TAKTAK Toys With Film. Welcome to TAKTAK Toys With Film, ye oldie home of 1/12 scale, aka 6-inch, movie-based action figures that warmeth thy heart so greatly. Okay, so sit thyself down and grab thy favourite snack and we'll look at custom Marvel Legends Angela. So I decided to do my own custom design, like costume here, and I decided to sort of use inspiration from McFarlane toys of the 1990s. There was quite a few variations of Angela when she was with Image Comics and Spawn and McFarlane Toys in the Spawn line in the 1990s. There was a particularly red sort of variant, and I kind of used that as inspiration. It's obviously my own take on Angela, but I used that as inspiration. So yeah, it's my custom official Marvel Legends custom counterpart. Well, official as in Marvel Legends, not official as in a custom. And here she is next to the official release. So this is the official Marvel Legends Angela next to my custom, so you can see the difference in sort of paint job and everything, just in case you'd never seen Angela before, Marvel Legends Angela, and you want to see the differences I made. Obviously the one in the more sort of golden armor is the original release, and here again is my custom. So we haven't actually had another Angela since that initial release. I mean, I think there was a sort of version of Angela as the Hela, kind of like, or in the Hela costume, or the Queen of Hell, that's the words I was looking for. But we haven't had that in Marvel Legends form. This is the only version we've had, and despite maybe some limited articulation, it's still a pretty decent figure. Yeah, so I kind of like to do my customs in my own design because I know Hasbro won't make them. So it can be maybe an Angela that's crossed over from another Marvel universe into the 616 universe, or maybe from the Image universe into the 616 universe, where she's more adept at fighting Hellspawns in the Image universe. But yes, this is my take on it, and again, with customizing, how I sort of came up with the design, as I say, I took sort of some inspiration from the Angela Image Comics or McFarlane Toys, or Todd Toys as even known before that, action figures of the 1990s, but it's in essence my own design. I mean, she could sit probably anywhere on a shelf. You know, she could sit alongside obviously your Marvel Legends. Maybe if you collect Mythic Legions, she could sit alongside your Mythic Legions. Any sort of fantasy based characters she'd be right at home with. Obviously in the comics, Angela was an angel, hence the beginning of my video there. But she was retconned when she came over to Marvel. Well, her story was retconned, and she ended up being the sister of Thor, and actually being an Asgardian, I believe. But anyway, being the sister of Thor, and obviously Loki, and Balder, I guess. I think Balder's Thor's brother as well. But anyway, being another child of Odin. In the comics, of course, Hela is not Odin's daughter, like in the MCU. Hela is Loki's daughter. But anyway, digressing there. But yes, this is my custom Angela, so as like I do with all my customs, Dremel all the joints, used primer on her, and then did a full repaint. I am going to do a video where I take you through all the steps. That'll be upcoming. Little Leaf Creations asked for that, so I'm going to do a video featuring all the steps. But yeah, here is my Angela on show. We're going to go through everything in greater detail. She could look right at home in an Image comic as much as a Marvel one. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button, and feel free to comment and to subscribe down below. So let's go through the articulation. The head can look up and down. As you can see, obviously she's got quite long hair, so that will hinder her looking back. Goes from side to side, as you can see there. Yep. Again, the hair will hinder it a little bit, as I'm showing you there. She's got quite lengthy hair, so that will hinder her articulation a little bit. Shoulders go out to sides. You've got single jointed elbows on a sort of swivel there. Yep. Wrist goes 360-degree motion, as you can see there, yeah, on show. The armour on her shoulders will limit the sort of rotation a little bit. Single jointed elbows, I say there. Full 360-degree wrist rotation, as shown there. Yep. Her waist has got kind of a swivel, or a not a ball joint, but kind of swivel. Yeah, thigh cut and double jointed knees, as shown there, and a single ankle, well, some ankle articulation, no boot cuts. No boot cuts at all. So again, there's the thigh cut, double jointed knees, no boot cut, and ankle articulation. And as I say, the waist is on a kind of diaphragm, I suppose diaphragm joint you call it, I guess. But yeah, there's my Angela, gone through the articulation, all ready to battle hellspawns or any Asgardian foe who may come her way. And let's do some comparisons. So obviously, here's Angela next to the official release. Yeah, so obviously mine looks a bit more kind of darker and kind of gritty in tone. Yeah, maybe a bit more sort of, yeah, kind of warrior-like, but more tribal maybe, more tribal. The armour looks sort of darker in tone. Again, I developed my own sort of paint scheme. I did use inspiration, but I developed my own paint scheme. When you get into customising and do customising for quite a while, you can sort of just bring up things off the top of your head. I mean, I'm going to go through a video of doing all the steps. When I do that, I'll have no idea how the custom will turn out, but you'll be along the journey with me. But that's what happens when I make these customs. I've got no idea how they'll turn out. I just get on with customising and see how it goes, really. So that's the two Angelas together, and here's Angela next to some of her Asgardian brethren, Thunderstrike and Hercules. And for great places to pre-order action figures and purchase them, you can check out Props and Replicas. Why not also check out Comics and Cocktails? You can check out Valaverse.com for all your Action Force needs with international shipping, and Props and Replicas soon will be stocking Action Force in theory in the UK as well. And for all the latest wave of G.I. Joe classified, including Torpedo, Shipwreck, Rock and Roll and more, you can check out Kapow Toys. Why not check out Star Action Figures? You can also check out Gobsmack Comics. And you can check out all the cool stuff, and that'll be coming up now. There we go, there's all the cool stuff. And finally, you can check out In Demand Toys, and links for all these UK independent online retailers, and of course the excellent Valaverse will be in the comments below. So again, here's Angela with Hercules and Thunderstrike. And it wouldn't be Asgardian sort of Marvel Legends Angela custom without comparison with her brother Thor. Here is the Thor as the Herald of Galactus. He obviously comes with a bit more bits like a raven, two ravens, and sort of lightning effects. I've got those somewhere, got no idea where they are. But as you can see, height-wise, she sort of scales, as you would imagine with a female character, slightly shorter than the male characters. Thor is kind of a larger Marvel Legend, so height comparison-wise, you know, she's probably actually a taller kind of female character, actually. But there is two Asgardians. There's going to be an Asgardian theme or godly theme going through all these comparisons. Next up, we have her with Eric Masterson Thunderstrike, and of course, obviously, we'll soon be getting a new Eric Masterson Thor in a two-pack with the Destroyer. So we get that classic 90s look of Eric Masterson Thor. This is obviously his later look when he became Thunderstrike, but yeah, here she is next to Thunderstrike. So again, they're more or less sort of the same height in comparison. So she does sort of scale larger for a female figure, but yeah. That's kind of how she scales. I think Angela's probably quite hard to get hold of now, a bit harder to get hold of. So hopefully they'll do a re-release or do some kind of new release. She's not been used too much in the comics since her initial debut, and she was used for a year or two. She joined the Guardians of the Galaxy, Angela as a character, and then after that, Marvel haven't really used her too much. Obviously, she joined the Asgardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, she hasn't been used too much. Hopefully she'll get used a bit more. So maybe we might get some more figures of her in action. Yeah, in action figure form. And here she is. Here's my Angela custom next to Hercules. This is the modern Hercules. Of course, we have had the classic Hercules as well. That's probably a bit easier to get hold of out of the two now, the classic Hercules. But just whatever your preference is, really. I kind of prefer the modern Hercules out of the two. I think he just looks a bit more sort of practical. You know, real world application. I mean, obviously it is a comic book character, but I kind of feel Hercules' original costume does look a bit dated, or sort of a bit of the time. I think it was quite an 80s sort of costume, but it is a bit dated of the time, but whatever your preference is. And switching from Marvel to DC, here's Angela next to Mattel DC Wonder Woman. And it's kind of a shame, as I always say, these Mattel DC figures never carried on. They had some really great figures sort of, you know, lined up, but they didn't really go much further with them. And obviously McFarlane's got the license now with 7-inch figures. And if, like me, you're a 1/12 scale collector, 7-inch figures are a bit large. Some characters obviously fine, the bigger characters, but yeah, it would have been great if we'd got some more characters in this sort of 6-inch scale, but you never know what the future holds. And again, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe below if you have any customs in your collection. And here we are with my custom Angela next to Ulik. Ulik is a massive sort of Thor, or in the 80s in particular, was a massive kind of Thor villain. He thought Thor Odin's son, and obviously Eric Masterson when he was Thor in particular. A lot of sort of appearances in the 80s and 90s comics. So yeah, this is the second version of Ulik we've had. The first came in a box set, a Thor San Diego Comic-Con box set. This is the second version. And speaking of Marvel Legends, for all the best places to watch news, reviews and live streams of Marvel Legends with co-host Rich M, you can check out Dan Who Reviews. For action figure reviews in the UK, you can check out Jay's Toy Collection UK. For action figure reviews and Toy Hunt stateside, you can check out Miguel, the Wolfpack Toy Review. You can check out Dante and the Infinity Equation. For all things Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions and more, you can check out Trevor, the 1/6 shooter. Why not check out Austin, the hero of collectors? And for action figure reviews in Ireland, you can check out Brian's action figure reviews. And finally, for action figure chat and pop culture discussion, you can check out the 3POA podcast. And links for everything I've mentioned are in the comments below. So yeah, that is overall my custom Angela. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like the sort of design I've gone for? Let me know. And just for a random one, here is Angela next to the G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Twins. These were two figures I had in my childhood, the G.I. Joe Crimson Twins. I got them one Christmas when I lived in the Middle East. So it made me believe Santa was real. But from mythical and magical characters, we go to godly ones with Angela. And for latest film and TV reviews, check out Film and TV Review, and link for that will be in the description below. So again, here's Angela being shown off with her Asgardian counterparts and Greek god. Obviously, Hercules being a Greek god. But yeah, it's a custom I did quite a long time ago. Probably did in, I can't remember, mid-2000, well, whenever Angela came out, basically. Must have been around 2017, 18, something like that. Yeah, bought a spare one. I always like to buy spares, did a custom. But thanks very much for watching. Here's some photos of Angela in action. You make all these videos possible. And until next time, don't forget to enjoy those flicks and figs.